that, be sure to hit that like button. Sharing is caring. Share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk. And beyond. This including the ice wall, baby. Mama said that there'll be days, literally, just like this. Intro in the land, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. Come on with it.
They can come closer than yeah. Original, they never will be.
Hear ye, and a hear ye. Who you believe in? Come on, baby. Mama said that there'll be days, literally, just like this. 5. I know we got more people in the building than this. 4.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
3, 2.
Oh, look at my African American over here.
Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Long Nation party. Come on, baby. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Come on, man. Come on, where the energy at, man? Oh my. Appreciate everybody, man. Had a crazy long week last week. Didn't get a chance to talk to you all like I normally do. I always look at it like the community is the strength of everything, right? The engagement piece and the engagement been off, man. You know, I thought that you guys done abandoned me, man. You know, we did the Big Nate Newton HBCU outreach thing that Marquise Bell got going on, and we doing the get-togethers and stuff like that. Shout out to DLLS. Thank them for having me on their platform and being able to affiliate myself with them, as well as there's other things that we got brewing up around the corner. And I know it's different, right? Because normally it's just a one-man show from cradle to grave. And every offseason, when I have enough time, I will tinker around with a few things, right? And that's okay. You always want to reinvent yourself and look over everything. And the Cowboys should be doing the same thing, right? These last 2 seasons on the defensive side of the coin has been voided of anything spectacular. And last year was like the straw that broke a lot of people back, man. Last year defense was crazy. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to you, Brandy. Shout out to you, Sadiq. Shout out to you, Seabass, and as well as Walker. Appreciate you. And anyone that's watching right now. I think that, you know, a lot of things goes to this point. And what I'm saying is that collectively speaking, a lot of people, when you disagree with their stance, a lot of people try to take it personal, right? And those days of content creation should be over with, but unfortunately, you know, it still exists because of characters that's in this space now done allowed it, right? Like, it's okay to have a difference of opinions. You write this down. Those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. right? So we got to go back to the rudiments. My job is not to change your mind. No, my job is not that. My job is to let you know what's in the mind of law, right? Far as my thoughts and my opinion. That's why they ultimately call it over here on YouTube, you in the tube, right? But what happened is everything been commercialized, right? Everything been structured to a degree now that big businesses is in the YouTube space and people forgot how to YouTube. DP states here, we thought you forgot about us, Law. Well, shoot. No, I haven't forgot about y'all, man. They sun up to sundown. Shout out to you, DP. I haven't forgot about y'all, man, and I really appreciate you. Law Dog states, how about them? Sub Twin, DC for life. Call in the house. You know, Cali in the house. Appreciate you, man. I still can't read. My Mississippi eyes are messing up on me. But, you know, Brandy states, I only like Jeff from DLLS. Shout out to DLLS. That's Dallas Love Law Sports. You got to put an N somewhere in there. Well, Dallas Love Law Show, right? We're going to have to come up with something, and then we can get things going. Jeff should be back on Monday, right? And then we'll get into those things. But enough of that. A lot of people are here for the Cowboys content, right? And let's get it to you guys the best way. Enough of my monologue. The Cowboys cut or release Logan Wilson. They save a few dollars, right? And with those savings there, instead of us owing about $28-29 million, now we are at the mercy of about $24 to $25 million. Let me pull this up of how much we in the shoot with. And according to over the cap, the Cowboys are at 24.5. We rounded up $25 million in the hole. Now, there are a few guys that's kind of worried a little bit on whether or not they're going to be in the silver and blue and the star on the side of the helmet because they got family here, right? They got relatives here. And these guys, 5 guys, not saying that these are the guys that's worried, but these guys could be out of here and the Cowboys will not bring them back. And this article, and I'm going to bring this up, bear with me, Cowboys Nation. This article states 5 Dallas Cowboys starters who will be replaced this offseason, baby. All right, and first and foremost, you see 3-3 up there. That is Javonte Williams. Now, I haven't read the article, but I did took the article or take the really. Boy, I can't talk to. Let me get my coffee going on. I did snatch the article title away from him. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that this would be a good conversational piece. And all of the shows that I do, it will be categorized as quote unquote freestyle. Right? All right. So with this being a situation of Javonte Williams, let's do this. For those who in the mindset of keeping Javonte Williams, put 3-3 in the chat. If you truly believe we can get a better running back, which is very much so possible, put 1 in the chat. Like, I'm with the belief that I want Williams here. Now, we shouldn't go gorilla glue crazy, but I want 33 here. I like the way he ran with authority. I thought that he brought in the levels of tenacity that we needed. I thought that the only person that slowed him down a little bit was the coaching staff when he got inside the red zone. Like, shoot, he got us there, keep him there. You know, the Cowboys only messed up when they got too cute and put in Miles Sanders there, right? And put in the other running backs there, right? Just continue to utilize and use 33 when you get into the red zone, you know. All right, so we're seeing almost a split. Darnell says, nah, man, we can find someone else or find someone else that can give us that. Alec Weldon says, yeah, we can find someone else, Law. Yeah. see Burleson said, man, he'll give somebody else, man. You got to say, I like him, but I still want us to find better talent. I feel you on that. His blocking was an A+, I agree. So I do look at him as he's not going to be the end-all, be-all back. You can get better in that spot by adding to it. But signing, I'm just being 1,000 with y'all. Call me fickle law. But if Jeremiah Love is there, by me signing Javonte Williams will not stop me from getting a Jeremiah Love. If he's there at 12 and all of the other resources are exhausted, right, or they are gone, like the quote-unquote Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles that makes fights. So if a running back is there, and I know a lot of people saying, hey, Law, we need defense, man. Well, your best equalizer to a defense will always be a run game. Defense travel, run game travel. You have those two things on your side, you can be in the big dance. If he's there. But shout out to Javonte Williams. And these are the backs. Let's look at the backs. Let me go over here. No pause if necessary, right? We don't have to do that now, Everybody. All right, boom. Let me log in. Up, down, left, right. Select AB start. That's the passcode. Let's get to it. If we look at the running backs, let's go boom by position. Running back. Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, Travis Etienne, he's 27. Javonte Williams, he's 25. He's more than Travis Etienne at this point. All right. You got Rico Dowdle, right? He's right at 28.1 years of age. 6.5, right? You got Nicholas Chubb. He's 30, and he's only for $1 and some lunch money over here. $1.35. You know what I'm saying? You got Breece Hall, who is only 24. Finna be 25 lighters on the dresser. Yes, sir. But he want 10 of them, man. Hey, that's a lot of coins, man. But shout out to him. Kenneth Walker, I'm believing that he will be re-signed by the Seattle Seahawks. They are not finna make that epic mistake, by the way. J.K. Dobbins. Costco sample sizes, man. I'll bring him in knowing that he will get hurt, right? But I'll bring in J.K. Dobbins for a cup of coffee, Give him an espresso or something, So the running back room of availability is semi-scarce, right? There's really no name that you can say, hey, I'm running through a brick wall to have him here. It's all wait and see. You got a lot of hurt guys, hobble guys that you can only hope that they can survive 17 to 18 weeks of seasoning, right? So any of those guys, you still would like to draft one. You're not finna build your fortress, your homestead around those boys, right? That's just how I'm looking at it. So you have to go with the youth. I get it. You can say, well, we drafted not Jadavion. Shout out to him. He's on this list. But you drafted a Jadon Blue. You have Phil Marfa. None of those guys moving other needles for me, right? So I would still look at this and say, okay, re-sign Williams, make his contract incentive-led, right? Understand that, yes, last season was good, but that was his only one and only healthy season. I need to see a little bit more, right, before I dive all the way in. That's all I'm saying. All right, so the next person on this list, I appreciate everybody, man. If y'all can do me a huge favor, if you like what I'm spitting out to you right now, hit that like button, share this content. Let people know. Appreciate you, D'Angelo. Tell Christian Parker to sign Asante Samuel. He's free 99. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, he's free at last. Asante, I think that one thing that I can say with Christian Parker.
Look at my African American over
Hey,
here.
man, who pressed that button over there? Oh, producer law. Yeah. One thing I can say with Christian Parker that I believe the way he talked at that presser, that he would be open-minded, right? I don't think that we'd be so stubborn to a degree and say, you know what, we good, we're ready to steward. Yeah. Or so stubborn to a degree, hey, man, we good with what we have. We don't need to upgrade at all. We can get these boys right. No. I think that just like the squeaky wheel gets the oil, I think he'd be squeaking over there saying, hey, y'all gonna do this to me? I'm only 34. I need some weapons over here, man, in order for me to execute my plan, right? So I think that that's for what it is. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Sadiq. Sam got his neck issues. That's dangerous, Law. This is from Law Dog. That's what I'm saying. Bring him in for a cup of coffee. Yeah, let's see what he can do. I think that that's the type of person Christian Parker is, you know. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it type of an approach. And those who fail to plan to fail, right? So I think that he will be one of those guys that's going to try to plan these things and get things going. Just like I said just yesterday. You know, a new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners. But at the same time, every tub must sit on its own bottom, right? The tub can't ask the shower head, can you support me, right? Pause if necessary, right? The tub can't say to the shower curtains, can you support me? No, the tub must sit on its own bottom. And I truly believe if when we look back at everything, CP is going to have to at least open his mouth to get things done, right? And I think that could be the situation there. The next person that could be replaced on this list, shout out to this article from the fan side, it states edge rusher Jadeveon Clowney, who we done spent too long of a conversation just last week on Cowboys Collective, on DLLS show, on all of the shows. We spent too long of a time on Jadeveon Clowney. Lord, would you want Jadeveon Clowney here with the silver and blue? Yes. Yes, we will want him here. But my whole notion would be he need to be here during the offseason, training camp, and then as well as the preseason and regular season, right? He don't have to play preseason, but he need to be in the build-on. I would love to have Jadeveon Clowney only if the price is right. He can't be coming in here saying, hey, man, y'all see what I did? I want Myles Garrett money. Yeah, we all do. You know, y'all see what I done did? I want Danielle Hunter money. Yeah, we all do. I want some of this. No. We need to establish some relationship-based deals in order to get us over the hump, too. Transactional deals don't always flow well. It's good for only one side, but we need to have a relationship base. Saying, hey, man, you had a good season here. You figure out a place to stay at and all of this stuff. Do you want to be here to finish out your career, or you still want to be that journeyman? All right, you still want to travel here and there. and be one of those guys that hop from team to team. We'll keep you here if the price is right. But if not, let me pull up this list of edge rushers and let me see where we at. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all do me a huge favor. Hit that like button. Keep that engagement up. Keep the engagement up. Edge. Here we go. Edge defenders. We got Trey Hendrickson, who's a little bit younger, but is whoo. Oh, there's a lot of coins, man, coming off of all of those injuries and stuff, right? Woo! All right, you got Khalil Mack, return of the Mack, and he 35. Shoot, he be the oldest guy on the team. You got Hassan Reddick, who may know a little bit of CP, even though he wasn't really a starter that year. I don't know for sure. You know, they may not know each other. I don't know for sure. Not worthy of doing any research on, right? But if he do come here, he would be a gadget guy, right? Pass rushing specialist. You got Bosa. You got Leonard Floyd. You got Yatua Gross Mitos. You got Adafi Owe. 7.5 sacks. This is from Sky. Appreciate you. Runs a 4.38. One of them Penn guys, right? One of Penn State. Appreciate you. Cliff, I see you, Burnett. Appreciate you. Return of the Mac again. Return of the Mac. You know, thank you. My thoughts of it. We had the draft guy on the DLLS show the other day, and he was talking about edge rushers, right? And he said the most complete edge rusher was Keldrick Falk, right?
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Yeah. So when I look at Keldrick Falk, and then I know that a lot of people compared him to I think it's Mykel Williams, went drafted to the 49ers. I looked at him. I think that he's a little bit more polished. Marshawn Nealon, may he rest in peace. But Falk don't really jump off on the screen to me, right? He can play more inside than outside, maybe on this next level. Maybe when he get his body mechanics together. He's a little stiff, plays with a pad level a little too high. Burst, get off is not really there. He got dips, but he don't really have a bendability to his game. Now, he's strong. He's complete to that point. You can look at him as on the high end, or the highest end, maybe, if all of the things come together. He could be the Jordan guy. What's the guy name for the Saints all of those years? Because we had Marshawn Nealon come to him to a degree, right? What's this guy's name? Y'all help me out in the chat. But you can look at it from this aspect too. If he's anywhere good, he maybe can be a Tyrone Crawford type. I don't know. I just don't think that Keldrick Falk at the 12th slot or even at the 20th slot, in my opinion, would be worthy of a situation, right? And, of course, you have a David Bailey's of the world that's in Texas Tech. I think that he's pretty good, bendability. Cam Jordan. Appreciate you, Terrence. Thank you, man. Boy, I had a senior moment. On the high end, that's what you can get out of old boy, and that's a good comp, you know. But I just don't see that out of his game. But when we look at all of the things as far as, not Cam Hayward, I'm talking about now let me go all the way back because I don't want y'all. Man, let me go pull up Google, man. I forgot this guy's name. So, Cam Jordan. Yeah, Jordan. Okay. This guy, Cameron Jordan. That's on the high end of what Keldrick Falk could be. On the highest of the highest end, right? And I'm not saying that he will or he will not, but we don't have time for that, you know. 3 to 4 years of developing on the edge guy. You better go out there and just figure out a way to shore up this edge stuff in the free agency. That's what I would do. do me a huge favor, y'all, man. Hit that like button, share this content now. I'm only seeing a spoonful of y'all in here. All right, let's get this going the best way possible. Let me finish out this article. The next person on this article, he's a free agent, by the way, and this is a spot that I know for sure that the Cowboys will be trying to replace. Right, and moving along real swiftly, Kenneth Murray, we all gave him our personalized thoughts. There's about 2 to 3 games that you can look back on and say, yeah, it's Murray's fault. Yeah. He's not even in the proximity where he's supposed to be at, right? He can't fall back into no hook. He's slow to the sidelines. Oh, he made a tackle here. Yeah, that's nice, right? We can talk about those things. But when I look at this Tankathon mock draft, and I think that they got it right. I slide all the way down to the 12th selection, and I'm looking at Sonny Styles, right? 6'4", 235-pound kid who was a former safety, converted to a linebacker, whose father got football pedigree and beyond. I would love for the Cowboys to draft a Sonny Styles. Get that good bloodline in the building, I just think that the Cowboys, if they don't overanalyze some things, if you stay put, the universe, the multiverse, the football gods will align themselves so that these type of situations and scenarios can fall right to you, And I get the notion that a lot of people may say, hey, let's trade up everything, the form and everything, to get Caleb Downs. I'm just saying, Caleb Downs is nice. But if you lose out on some draft picks just to have a Caleb Downs, and I know he could be that impact, he could be that enforcer for you. Hell, he might be able to change the whole landscapes of things. But I'm greedy because I know how the Cowboys work and operate. I would rather have a combination of a Styles and a Emmanuel McWarren, right? Or something along that way. I would rather have and Emmanuel may not make it out of the first round. I know he'll be there at 20, right? And if you move up everything and say, let's say, for example, you get a Caleb Downs, and that's it. You get rid of your 20th pick. You get a Caleb Downs, you move up, get Caleb Downs. It's all good, all fine and dandy, right? But you still need other pieces, and that's just for what it is. My girl says, we're not getting Downs. I'm not getting my hopes up. Yeah. I'm just looking at combinations. I'm looking at pieces. I'm looking at ways where we can just improve these type of things. And speaking of those type of things, if you're going to sleep on this right here.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code LAW. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
No doubt, when you download Sleeper, use promo code LAW. With that being said, they will match up to $100 on your first initial deposit. And on top of that, you can do teams now. And with teams, guess what? As an elixir, we'll put $20 in for you to get in. And all you have to do is use promo code LAW, 20 for me, from you, to be all entered in from a good place. And this weekend, boy, we got some fights this weekend, don't I? Got my girl Clarissa Shields, man. She's fighting. I think Frank fight tonight. So we got some good stuff that we got going on, and we will bore you guys with some of those things, because I know everybody over here, Cowboys World, right? All right, so enough of me talking about this and that. I'm going to say again, no one got the crystal ball on these draft picks. Caleb Downs may be the premiums of all eyes, right? But the best safety out of this class, depending on who they go to, it could be damn near Kilgore, right? Y'all seen the NFL. It could be Bud Clark going to the right system. And people say, hey, what happened to Caleb Downs, man? It could be Dylan, right? It could be Emmanuel. A lot of people may look at Toledo, hey, man, it's a small program. And then all of a sudden, out of all of these guys, right, this damn Emmanuel, who's a true, probably more of a physical size of a 6'2", you know what I'm saying, that runs through his tackles, probably need to tackle with less aggressions, could be your premium safety guy, right? I'm not putting things against Caleb Downs, but what I'm saying is I'm not finna paint a draft into one player and say, hey, he can be the only one, right? And when there could be obviously many. And speaking of many, right, people that could lose their jobs and stuff, it's his birthday today. Not going to beat up Donovan Wilson. But Dono, casualties of war, at some point you got to look at it. You got Malik Hooker, you got Dono, you got your two safeties in this particular space. Who are you going to keep? Who you going to cut? Who you going to get rid of? Yeah. So it's one of those things. If I can tell you, the year before last, people didn't have really too much negative to say about Dono, right? Outside of a few occasion plays. But now this past season, people looking at it like, man, that brother can't cover. Shoot. He can't cover a twin-size mattress with a king comforter. You know what I'm saying? He just couldn't cover anything. And when you look at Dono, you know where you want him to play, and you know exactly where Eberflus had him playing. And it's so hard to grade this defense from last season to this year, and we can only go by what the results are. And the results were a lot of people were just trash. So if I'm CP, I'm looking at him like, come to my office, man. Let me hear your side of the story. Because I'm on the phone with a few guys that I know for sure that can replace you right now. Why should we give you a chance to be here with the silver and blue and these sorts of things? So it is for what it is. Yeah, and today is Dono, his birthday today, you know. All right, so Reddy Stewart is the other guy. Is not going to be hard-pressed to say, hey, he's going to be here in the Cowboys uniform and all of this stuff. What I can say about Reddy Stewart, his willingness to tackle, he was a guy that even though his limitation was his speed, because I know some snails that's kind of faster than him, but when he got to there, he was able to hit you and redirect you and these sorts of things. If Stewart want to be here, he better be somewhere close to Ryan Smith. He better be on the phone with Christian Parker saying, hey, what's that play again? Can you run that by me again? You know, and he need to be at every cookout functions and stuff like that and saying, hey, I can give you special teams. I mean that, man. I'm ready for it, you know. So it could be a situation. I do like Reddy, JV boy, but I don't want him as my starter. You get what I'm saying? I want him to be a rotational guy to come in here and there, right? Or a special teams ace, but not as your starter. That's what I'm saying. All right, so that was the end of that. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in to these type of conversational pieces. Whoa. We got some people up in here, man. We got some folks up in here trying to watch it. A snail faster than Reddy, man. I don't know what happened to Reddy's speed, man. What he runs, man. Somebody put his 40 time down. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. But neither here nor there. That's my starter. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you. Wanza says good seeing you on DLLS. Yeah. Appreciate you. Thank y'all. I might got one more DLLS show with me in me, and that could be Monday. That's when Jeff come back, and maybe we do a finalization of a show on Monday. Y'all let me know if y'all want to do that. Yeah, he ran the 4.840. Yeah, that boy was slow, wasn't he? That boy was slow. I said, dog, hey, Jason Witten can run him down. Boy, you know that's slow. Oh, my gosh, man. Put a 4 in the chat if you want me to continue to go with this live stream today. Appreciate you guys. Put a 4 in the chat if you guys love for me to continue to talk about these things. And speaking of this, boy, I didn't know that these were conversations. If it was said allegedly 444, his mama and them was clocking those times.
Look into the cost of Alec Pierce and determine if you want to run it back with George Pickens.
Yes.
4 years, $102 million. It's $25 million a year.
But what's his cap hit going to be?
Cap hit would be 12 or 13.
Would you like to take this opportunity to reset what I saw you responding to someone over on Twitter when it came to our, George Pickens topic? People think we're trying to trade him away.
Yeah, I think that these are good, healthy opinions, right? I don't like the fact that because, a radio station, let me just break this down. You got all of those segments, and then you have other people with their ideas, but you got to have those segments in, right? And whoever their producer, they spit out all of these segments. You got to understand that these guys got to entertain you guys for at least 5 to maybe 7 hours or more, right? And I don't think that they deliberately trying to get rid of George Pickens, but these are conversational pieces, healthy ones, because if you want to better your team, you're looking at every option available for those who are on the end of life of contract, right? I'm looking for an option to get better at wide receiver. And if this GP thing don't fall through, I want to have me at least a backup plan in action or someone that I did some study work on. Alex Pierce, I think that he's a phenomenal wide receiver. Let me see what he did as far as from a numbers aspect. And let me go pull up PFF. So that's why I'm not beating them boys up for having strong opinions, especially. Hey, Zeke, what's going on, bro? Yeah, Dad got $10,000 on the line, man. For anybody can find out that whether or not he is I ain't gonna go that way. Still able to play or not. All right, so it's Alex Pierce. He had 6 touchdowns, 47 receptions, 1,000 yards. All right, now I'm not finna go back and forth, but what I'm going to say here is that if these are the numbers with Daniel Jones, and I know he got hurt, and then they had somebody else throwing him the rock, if I were to transpose these numbers with the kind of caliber of quarterback like Dak, those 6 touchdowns maybe can turn into 12. Maybe. I'm just using the maybe. This 1,000 yards, maybe that's 1,300 to 1,400 yards. The qualities of targets versus reception ratio, if this brother was able to do 47 receptions for 1,000 while, keep in mind, what's the guy, Ferguson had, shoot, more targets, more receptions, less yards. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But if it's a situation and scenario, how old is Alex, by the way? He's 25. He's older than GP, by the way. But he's 6'3", 211. I would not get mad if the Cowboys figure out a way to get Alex Pierce on this team. He's a boundary type of wide receiver. He can play on the outside. He can play X. He can line him inside. He got some short area quickness. He's a little tall coming off of his releases, but he makes up with it with his aggressions. I'm not mad at it. I'm not saying that he's GP, but he would for damn sure get the recognitions of a GP if he got Dak Prescott throwing him the ball, right? That's what I say for it, you know. And then I guess we had to change it up with the ski masks and the poo shiesties, and then I guess we would have to go with something like Ebony and Ivory. You know what I'm saying? He'll be an Ebony and Ivory crew because Ebony will be Sea Danger's lamb, and he would be the ivory to that mix. That's just what I'm thinking. If it is a situation, but let me listen to what these guys got to say.
George, I hope they re-sign him to a long-term extension. But if they're not gonna, I do think they need to find a replacement. And that replacement either needs to come in the first round or in free agency.
Ooh.
If
25 a year.
If he gets 25 a year.
He's never had more than 47 catches.
If he gets 25 a year.
Now, he's been playing with bums.
And he was over 20 yards per reception last year.
Damn.
On 47 catches.
And the year before.
That's crazy.
He's a monster. That is somebody who they were investigating. So at the trade, when they traded for Pickens, they were looking at Rashad Bateman, George Pickens, and Alec Pierce.
So give me his skill set.
He's just a speed demon outside vertical threat. Big receiver, can win contested catches, but he's not like he's not like the cleanest route runner. He's
no, he's definitely not the cleanest route runner. I'm sitting there looking at him. What he gonna say? Cause he can't. Yeah.
Not going to be. Pickens wins in different ways. Pickens can win as a possession guy. Pickens can win slants, deep balls, whatever else. Pierce is going to be a vertical guy.
Okay. If Alec Pierce gets $25 million a year, then George Pickens is worth $40 million a year.
Hey, man, come on, man. I don't think GP getting 40 there. Come on, man. I love the NFL. I wish I could have like a time machine and I could put Pickens on the damn Colts. And I can slide Pierce here, you know. Oh, my gosh. I wish and seeing the results of the numbers and how the conversation would have been, you know.
Maybe more.
I don't know that I don't know that the gap would be that. And that's not a slight to George. I think you're slighting Alec Pierce.
Yes, I am. Absolutely right.
25 a year would be Devontae Smith. But you would have to figure out in this scenario, in my opinion, is there a $10 million difference between Pickens and Pierce? Because why am I going to go ahead and let George go only to give 25 a year to Pierce versus go and try to find another Flanoy or just draft him? It's
Pickens,
like, do we just give George the extra 10 because we think he's that much better?
Yeah, you save $7 to $10 million a season, and you get a pick in the top 50 for going with Alec Pierce. Right. Would you like?
Where my jeez, come on with it, man. Come on with it, Law. Here you go. Here's my notion on all of this, though. Get myself centerized. Here's my notion. We got a super chat. I'm going to let the super chat don't spoil me with a good time. Come on with it. AI Tisha.
At Nigel Wanza $3,307.10. I just want Doc to have consistent players other than Ferguson and Ceedee. That's not enough for him. To me, continuing to improve the roster is a key. The defense kept them out the playoffs.
Ooh, you ain't lying. That's what we're looking for, right? Like I'm looking for Pickens productivity, not necessarily Pickens. If we want to be cruel, like I'm looking for that offset, not the rapper, but I'm looking for someone that can just continue to blend well with CD. Like CD is your premium guy, he's your in-house guy. That's why you got him under contract, so you don't have to worry about these conversations, right? Now, if the Cowboys operate like we do, then we don't allow all of these news to fester. All you have to do is have a statement saying, we will get the done. Look, if Jerry Jones say we will get the deal done, I want George Pickens here in the Cowboys silver and blue, for the 2026 season, then that would be the Cowboys changing their ways, right? If the Cowboys just declare the things that they want instead of lollygagging, bullsugaring stuff around, right? Creating this worthy versus value. Is he valued enough? Is he worthy enough the comparisons is the thief of all joy, right? Because you got so many layers to this, right? That's our problem. Is that the front office allow all of these things to be all in the mix, and it's all convoluted now, and now you got people saying, you know what, F Pickens, man, trade him, get some peanuts in return, and let's go get this thing going on defense, right? But when you walk out bold and say, that's my guy, he will be here, bump all of the bull sugar, I will have him, and if you start speaking that way, then it builds a confidence to not just the players, but to the agents, and say, hey, they ready to get this deal done. Let's make it happen. Right? So that's how it's supposed to be. Look, Dak Prescott, my guy, bump all what y'all said, and the whole conversation would have been nipped in the bud, right? CeeDee Lamb, my guy, if the Cowboys front office just go and just announce that we're not finna be hanging around for headlines and dangling these things around. No. But that's a whole nother conversation, right? We have 28 to 30 million a year tops from Robert Woods. Man, I agree. Yeah, because he only had, if you think about it, projection-wise, yeah, you can say projection-wise, if this and that with Pickens, if he had the quarterback like that, he would have had 35, 38 easily, right? But no, he only had 1 year of damn near good season. So projection-wise, we only can pay you for what the market is, and the market is this. But at the end of the day, show us a little love, and we'll show you a little love on the back end. That's how it's supposed to be. But the moment you allow all of these individuals to put their hands on it, it just sullies the waters. This is Reek Woolens on the 105.3 The Fan topic on Reek Woolens.
The guys in the secondary.
Let's go right now. Alontae Taylor. And I think this is the first guy in the secondary that's shown up on the list as the 18th overall ranked free agent. Alontae Taylor. Go Vols, baby.
So all those guys were ranked higher than anyone in the secondary. You went in order.
Yep. And I skipped over some like Tyler Linderbaum and some offensive lineman guys and quarterback like Daniel Jones.
His butt's not big enough.
Exactly. Alontae Taylor, 18, 4 years, $77 million. He will play inside, outside, 27 years old. He's a solid corner, had a solid year last year. He had been not very good before the last year or two, though. He would be $19 million a season, which means the first year cap, it's 10.
No.
I would have to say no.
All right. Next one on here, Kevin Byard.
Man.
2 for 25. He's 33 years old. He had a really great year last year. 7 interceptions. He had kind of a resurgence, but 2 for 25, which means he's probably on a 2-year deal. You probably can't have that cap number. It's probably more like 9 the first year.
Okay. Thinking about it. Who else? No corners? No other corners?
No, we got a couple other corners here. You've got Tariq Woolen.
There we go.
All right.
4 years, $76 million. So that would end up being first year cap hits $10 million.
Yeah, and 19 per. I'd think about it.
I like Woolen. I do like him. He can get turned around sometimes, but I think that he repositioned. He got some good recovery skills, and you're going to have a strong coaching unit. They benched him a lot of times in Seattle land, right, because they had depths to do that. Cowboys don't have the depths to do that. Shoot, they pay that brother here. They going to say, hey, put that brother out there on the field. Shoot, you give him that type of money with a half of a leg, a whole leg, whatever leg, good feet, bad feet.
Look at my African-American over here.
They going to want to see that money be money in. That's the one thing about the Cowboys that I can tell you all. And Byard was a product of Al Harris. I agree with you, Louis. Yeah. So if you get Woolen here, just understand the cost that's involved with all of that. I'm telling y'all right now. If this was like last year DB class, I can see us pulling the trigger. Woolen is a starter caliber, right? This is from Gut Bummer. Yeah, he's starter. But let me just start naming names. You know what I'm saying? The name, everything else remains the same. Give me 1 second. Let me start just naming names in this draft class. Not saying that any of these boys will be of the kind of caliber of a Woolen, but this is a damn good draft class. Mansour Delane, Jamad McCoy. Just take y'all time. You don't even have to trust me, right? Just take your time and just Google, YouTube, TikTok these names right here. Mansour Delane, Jamad McCoy, and this is my order too, by the way. Avion Terrell, Brandon Cisse, Colton Hood, Chris Johnson, that's San Diego Chris Johnson, San Diego State, D'Angelo Pons, Keontae Scott, by the way, Malik Muhammad. You know, you got some guys, man, in this draft, and I'm not saying that they are Tariq Woolen, but you got some guys in this draft. There's a guy named Takario Davis out of Washington. That he's about as tall as Tariq Woolen. He's 6'3", 6'4", you know, kind of a little bit too tall to be a DB in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, you got Thaddeus Dixon all the way from North Carolina, T.J. Hall, you know, from Iowa, you know. So you got guys in this draft, man, that you can really bring in. And if you look at the philosophy and the teaching of CP, you get a little pressure, these guys can probably redirect and do some things, right? And that's just a cornerback, you know. So that's what I'm looking at, ladies and gentlemen. There's another guy named Keith from Arizona State, Abney. Y'all look him up. Just TikTok these guys if you do the TikToking, and there's some highlights and tapes and reels and stuff like that you can see, right? I think that this DB class is a hell of a good DB class. And then you got some guys that's even in the safeties rooms, like the Ramsey kid from USC. You got Genesis Smith from Arizona as well. Zeke Weekly. You know, you got guys, as I'm reading from my list here, Bud Clark, Kilgore. You got guys that's in this secondary that can change your mind around, right? Is McCord from Tennessee healthy? Is from Wanza. Shout out to Jamad McCord. Shout out to Uncle Jamad McCord. All of them boys, I didn't know they right here in Dallas. We will see this week when the combine hit. When the combine hit, we will definitively know whether or not these guys can do anything. Let me tell y'all something how I look at the combine, and there could be different philosophies and principles to this. There could be different philosophies and principles to this. Shout out to Jeff Cav, the Trust the Tape podcast. Shout out to those getting it out of the mud. But I want y'all to trust the tape. Value the tape more than this damn combine. Value your eyes more versus the combine numbers. Don't dismiss the combine numbers, but use the combine numbers as a reference, as a check off, and say, I really don't see 4-3 on the field, but I know he can make plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the inverse. Yeah. Let me stick there. We don't have to rush, do we? We good on time, everything, ladies and gentlemen? Here's what I want to say. Let me frame it better. You see that damn combine, right? and somebody juice up the numbers, they run a damn 4.25 or 4.3. And you look at the tape, you be saying, I don't see that damn 4.3. Even though he ran a 4.3, I don't see that. Even if he did a good 3-cone shuttle thing, man. Oh, man. He jumping out of the building. I don't see none of that on the tape. Let me draft him anyway because he ran a 4.25 or 4.3. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't hype that kid up. If he haven't made a damn INT all through college, he haven't made one big hit. Maybe he had a few splash plays here and there, but he ran the 4.3. And we won't just draft him in the first round because he ran the 4.3. Don't do that. Don't do that. Every year, the damn combine do that every year. And then on the inverse, it's a dude that making plays, forcing sacks or picking the ball off everywhere on the field. And then his 40 time comes in and he runs a 4.68 or he runs a 4.7 something. And then everybody like, oh, man, he sucked, man. He trash, man. And they dismiss the tape, right? They look at the tape and say, hey, man, it doesn't look good on tape. But, man, he runs a 4.6 something, He runs a 4.7 something. We don't want to draft him. Let's draft him in the later rounds. No. Trust that tape. Because the tape, regardless of it, it goes all the way back for 2017. The tape says TJ Watt, TJ Watt, TJ Watt, TJ Watt. The tape says it. But the measurables and the system and all of those other things that they do down there at the damn combine, it don't measure up to tacos. Tacos measure longer arm, quicker shuttle time, quicker 40 time, and all of this stuff. Oh, Taco got to be the guy. But if you trust that damn tape of what you seen, you would have said, you know what? Give me that TJ in there, man. Give me them TJs. Yeah. T-Jack in the chat says the 40 is overvalued. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So that's just my opinion on everything. All right, let's keep it moving and grooving, ladies and gentlemen. All right, y'all okay? That's how I look at it.
I think about Reek. I was a big fan while watching all the Seattle games. The guys in the secondary.
Let's go right now.
Yeah, so that's how I'm looking at it. That's how I value the combine. Now, I reference the combine and say, hey, man, the dude here run fast, man. He runs a 4.35 or something like 4.33, something like that. But what the tape say, man, yeah, and this is from Jared Jones. It says Law Crosby didn't have great measurables in the combine. Measurables can go out the window. It's all about the player's mindset. Yeah. Now, if you do something crazy, man, if you in the combine, you're the NFL combine, and you rolling one. Now that's character concerns right there. Like, dude, I know they don't test for the MJ anymore, but dog, why you rolling one while you at the combine? Like character judgments is something that you have to put into place too.
One guy I did not mention here, Tennessee Titans L'Jarius Sneed. He's somebody who has been a total bust in Tennessee since he got the deal that he did. He's been banged up. He has not played really well. You could probably get him on a cheaper deal. There's one other cut candidate here that interests me. I mean, there's a few others, but the one that I think is interesting to ask about right here, if Javonte Williams goes away, we already said, what about your reunion potentially with Rico Dowdle? Well, what about your reunion with a released Tony Pollard out of Tennessee, who's played well? They talk about Pollard has been quietly one of the more consistent running backs in football, logging between 1,288 and 1,378 scrimmage yards in each of the last 4 seasons.
Is that too much of a Jaden Blue skill set?
He's just, I think the bigger thing is he's just older.
And he's 28.
Yeah, he's right. 27. The 27 club is for celebrities and running backs. It's when your running back career ends, and it's when musicians tend to die.
That's what the 27 club is called.
I know.
Yeah. I'll lean no.
I think if
Derek Hunter enters the chat and say, "What you say about that, bro?" The reunion party. Would you rather have Rico or Tony Pollard or? Oh, let me ask y'all. I'll put y'all in that damn category, and we can keep eating. Let me see how long we've been live. No, I've been live a little bit too long. It is Saturday. Okay. Who you rather be reunited and it feels so good? Tony Pollard, Rico, or Emmitt Smith, I'm just playing, or Javonte Williams. Who would you rather have back with the silver and blue and the starter and the side of the helmet? Yeah. All three of them guys, y'all let me know while we go into this. If you're driving through Dallas and you fool around and someone runs a light, right, and they T-bone you or they rear end you, let me tell you where you need to go.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt. Appreciate you guys. Reach out to our proud partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, backed by a combined of 100 years of experiences here in the beautiful state of Texas. Be sure to reach out to our proud partners.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only
at 214 and all threes or 817 and every three that you can dial. That's Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. And if you can't dial that line, just visit frankelfirm.com. Let's get it. The hotline for your mind is 657-390-7391. That's the hotline for your mind, baby.
Heard you call him bluffs, I show him prove it is for real. Son of God, not a son of sand.
Kobe for three.
Get off the books and keep it coming in. Bitch, the old whip, see what I'm coming in. The inside caramel just like 100.
All right. He says, that would be crazy, though, the reunion of Tony Pollard, Rico, and as well as Javonte Williams. That would be wild living right there. Yeah, that would be wild living, y'all. That would literally take the icing off the cake, and then you putting your own remix to your icings on it, like buttercream. Or do y'all like what's the other kind? Whip icing. Y'all like whip icing, buttercream? What's y'all favorite icing on the cake? What if A-Chain becomes available? I don't know with A-Chain. I think that if he becomes available, you running straight up there to get him, to bring him in for a cup of coffee. But I think that A-Chain times at Javonte Williams would be better than just A-Chain. And I would love that. I got from the 201 Cowboy Stevens, man. You're live on the nation, brought to you by FrankelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Hello, Uncle Law. How we doing?
Hey, man, all is well. Can't complain, Chief. What you got for me?
Such a soothing, therapeutic afternoon listening to you, brother.
Hey, man, thank you. Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been trying to focus, really much on what you're saying regarding, like draft versus combine, and what we have right now still pending, that they haven't solidified contracts. Jerry hasn't solidified anything at this point. And I think the biggest thing killing us right now is them dragging their feet longer than they have to, because time is slipping. And, as a fan, we've been sitting here just trying to be patient, waiting to see what's going to happen. They're going to lose some key players that really they cannot afford right now to lose. They cannot afford to lose Aubrey or Pickens or even though there's a hole in our defense right now. But I just want to get your thought is, in this position, what do you think should be the first step going forward?
Oh,
if you were, on the, in like CP's type, position, or Shoddy's position.
Okay, you cut off all of the loose ends that you can for right now, right? They did that just the other day with Logan Wilson to save a few money. And then you restructuring contracts. So they're about to make a move on something by them cutting. They got to get up under the cap numbers or what have you. I'm quite sure that their first movement will be restructuring some contracts, sign the guys that's in the house now, right? And then they're going to go and dance around in free agency. I think that's their number one plan is to get within the cap and then to move around a few pieces.
Oh, definitely, moving around pieces. I mean,
right.
That's what coaching, is all about in the offseason and to begin with. But don't you think that maybe they should have put more focus on maybe the restructuring earlier on than they're waiting to do?
Yeah, they should have. They should have. My only thing is the way they're moving now is that they allowing at least the first wave, the first cut was on the defensive side. So that let me know that CP already have like some type of plan of action of what they're going to go at far as this offseason. So it's a weight game now. So that's what I'm thinking if what the Cowboys doing is that this is going to be a heavy offseason for the defensive side as far as free agency plus drafting. I think that's where we are at because everyone is pointing out the fact that the defense let us down last season. If we had some shape, form, or fashion, a stabilized defense, maybe we could have still made it to the postseason, but none of those things materialized for us.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, but the thing is, we can't always put all those eggs in one basket.
Right.
I definitely agree that defensively something needs to happen without a doubt. I just pray for a better 7-9 outcome. Up and coming, my brother.
Most certainly. Me too.
All I'll leave you with is how about them Cowboys?
How about them? Steve N, man, appreciate you, man. Good call from the 201. How about them Cowboys? He was the one and only person to call in, by the way. Hey, I agree. Brandy states there are so many Dak haters. Chat goes there, bro. My thoughts is with Dak Prescott, I said it. It's been 10 years, 10 seasons now with Dak. We can defend all we want. People are going to want blood at this point because at the same time, they're frustrated, looking for an outlet. And if Dak Prescott, if they believe ultimately that if it's only Dak that's holding his team back, those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. You're not finna change their minds. You're not finna. But we got historic references on our side. It's not up for debate. Because what you ultimately is doing for Dak Prescott is saying that he got to do something that Tom Landry couldn't have done, right, as far as coaching here, under the aspect of what Roger Staubach was able to do. You're also arguing the fact that you're saying to yourself that you want Dak Prescott to do something that Troy Aikman couldn't have done, right? In the history of the Dallas Cowboys, we never won games in the big dance without a top 5 defense. In the history of the Cowboys, or you never won a Super Bowl without a premier running back. Look how crazy that is. We haven't had that with Dak. We had Jason Garrett / Mike McCarthy, now Schottenheimer. None of those guys can hold a candle to Tom Landry or Jimmy Johnson. Those are realities of it. I got from the 908. You're live on the nation. Swayze, the objective cowboy, man. You talk to me.
What's going on? Oh, no time, no see, man.
Long time, man.
Free agency is coming up, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty well.
All right, so are we going to restructure? So are we going to restructure Dak Prescott's contract? Like, what are we doing? Like, I feel like we should have already done that by now. What's going on, man? Like,
they're gonna probably.
Are the Joneses back on vacation again?
Yeah, I think that these restructurings are automatic. They got these exciters on the escalators on their contracts anyway. I think that you work out first will be probably the Bland or the Tyler Smith and seeing what money that you have left over from there. And if it's not enough, then you touch Dak Prescott contract probably last, because you still got to extend and pull. And what the Cowboys may want to do is, because Dak boy got two more years left on his contract, right? You don't want to stretch and pull it out too far.
Mm-hmm.
And then you convert 2 years into 4. So I think that what they're trying to do, since that's your fattest cow, you work on that one last. I could be wrong with that philosophy, but I'm thinking that they'll work on somebody, extend their contract or restructure their contract with the age aspect, the youngest of the contract. That's how I would look at it. Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's nice. That's a nice move. Me personally, what we need a premier running back, like you just said. We need like a Breece Hall.
Mm-hmm.
We just need I understand the running back that we had last year. He was cool, but it was like remember when Dan McFadden had like a cool season in 2015 or something like that? I think it was like 2015 or so. Like that's the type of year that we had in terms of running back. It was a cool year, but we just need that premier running back to, make our offense a little bit unstoppable and also keep our defense off the field. Because, I believe that you said that they're switching to a 3-4 multiple defense.
In principle, the framework of CP is 3-4 defense in principle. But he's going to have multiple sets. So it's not going to be 3-4 period. It's going to be multiple fronts. So, and that depends on talent, but at least we have a framework of where they're heading to. So I would look for 3-4 type of linebackers. I look for 3-4 type of edge rushers and interior guys that plays in those type of systems and schemes and size-wise. So that's where his framework is going.
See, that's what I don't understand. That's a 2-3 year build. When you go from 4-3 to 3-4, or you switch into, you try to get 3-4 linebackers now, that's going to take a couple of years. And it's like the Cowboys confuse me.
I know it's very confusing though. I know it's very confusing, but the problem is that the base that we had last season, it wasn't strong enough to keep. That's the only thing,
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I completely get it. It's just, at the end of the day, it's I don't know, man. Like, Dak Prescott was 32, 33 years old. Oh, I mean, we'll see this offseason, but it just seems like, we got a second-year head coach, a first-year defensive coordinator. Just realistically, I mean, I just don't. It's going to be a 3-4 year build. Like, are we rebuilding for Archie Manning? Like, I just don't know, man. It's just so confusing. That's all I have to say.
But I appreciate you calling in, Sway. It's a good call, though, bro. I got you, though.
No problem.
All right, good call. Good call. Yeah. Yeah. I look at it like this. In the dental world, one tooth is basically around $3,000 a tooth, right? We got a lot of teeth in our mouths, right? And when it's time for you to do a root canal or to try to save the tooth, you got options. Either you can extract the tooth, right? Or a lot of people say, man, I want to save the tooth, and it's going to cost you, especially if you don't have dental insurances and stuff like that. But roughly it's about $3,000 a tooth. And there's some people that say, man, if the tooth on the side, man, just pull it, man. People won't see it at all, right? until they start chewing and only chewing from one side of their mouth. So if you look at it from an aspect, if you take good care of your teeth will take good care of you. You floss, you brush, you do all of the good things that you're supposed to do, and then you get ahead of those things, right? You don't wait till the tooth damn near got holes all in it from cavities and stuff like that. And if the infrastructures of the Cowboys, there was no tooth worth saving. So when they say we switching to a 3-4, what we saving? You know, sure, we was gnarling on some bad sides. Every time we were trying to eat, you give them a damn cold glass of water and mess them up. Why? That tooth sensitive, you know. So I'm just saying. So us switching to 3-4 is like what are we trying to save here? You know, some of y'all right now pull them damn teeth, man. There's somebody right now got pain in their mouth that they said, man, I don't give a damn, man. Pull it up out of there. Matter of fact, give me some strings and a doorknob. I'm finna tie that thing up myself and pull it up out of there, right? So what I'm getting at with my crazy analogy is that the Cowboys are beyond the pain. They're ready to extract the teeth, you know, that ones that's bad, and they're ready to put in some more and get this thing going. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. The next caller from the 571, you're live on The Nation, brought to you by Teeth. What you got for me, man? All is well, can't complain, man.
Hey, man, that was a great metaphor, big dog. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Man.
Got a quick question, man. Since it seems like it's a lot of pressure on that pick, pick 12? You think we should just go ahead and get a linebacker out of free agency? Because I'm looking at Tremaine Edmonds, man.
Edmonds, I mean, I think that he's a guy that we can add to the equation, right? And he's not a game changer. Us picking up Edmonds will not say, oh man, let me just pass up Sonny Styles. You get what I'm saying? That's how I would look at it. But Edmonds, at least you can have framework, and you say, okay, I can build off of what James did last year, Shamar. We know what Overshawn looked like when healthy and within the right system and letting him play loosely. What we ultimately need, fam, and I know we got some Beaks in the fans watching. Beak fans are watching right now, Eagle fans. Mm-hmm. We need a guy that we can pick up into free agency to be our damn Zach Bond, right? I ain't talking about a Logan Wilson or a Sanborn. When the Eagles picked him up 2 years ago, he was out the pan, jumping around, getting things going. And we need that type of impact of a free agent guy and still draft, but we still need a guy hooked the sideline that can control the middle of the field, that's not afraid to shoot through A or B gap, that can play force and contain, and that can bring far as sensible things to the table. I don't think Edmund is that, but it could be a situation that we can find something similar to that this offseason.
Indeed. Another question. Maris Leopold, man. There's a lot of hate on my guy. Coming out of college, they thought he was Mr. Everything. We can't find no room for Leopold no more, and if not, can we package deal him with, like, Schoonmaker, get him up out of here, get maybe like a fourth or something, you know what I mean? Trade up.
All right, so we had this conversation on DLLS show, and I'll try to I'll try to tell Clarence coaching do matter. Clarence wasn't hearing me out. He was trying to be protective of the coach. I guess he was a friend of Scott McCurley or Bungazi or the other guy, Jeff Blasco, that I was trying to say to him, like, yeah, these guys, they probably were good at teaching, but their results wasn't good, right? And when you start to think of like Maris Leopold, who when Zim, he was on the up and up. He was showing us, hey, this guy can play here and there, right? He just needs some refinery. And what you want to take is you want to take the good things that you done last season, embellish those little things a little bit, craft them up, and then work on those good things, and then you want to see continuancy of those things. But last year, it was all erased because Mears Live was on the sideline, right? You can't make the club in the tub, you know. So there's a misevaluation of Mears Live. And now we have to wait and see, and now CP going to have to get his hands on him, or this new administration, and we had to start all the way back over at zero. Technically, in my opinion, Mears Live is damn near another rookie again on this team.
Right. Okay. And can I get one more in?
Go ahead.
All right. So what about DBs, man? We got a heck of corners sitting on the roster. Are we saying that, only one of them, Deron Bland, is the only one we can use? Like, I know we got seatbelt buckle, you know what I mean? Don't really know. And then, we just out there. Oh, Rebel, coming off the injury. So, do you really think cornerback is like pick 12 or pick 20? It has to be.
I can think of a possibility that in this draft, you picking one cornerback, or whether it's the 12th or the 20th, you got to at least pick one cornerback. The draft is too heavy to not do such. You'd be irresponsible to not do such, in my opinion. Especially those are areas of need on this team, because it goes back to the last two seasons. We still don't know who Carson's is because of the coaching, right? For the last two seasons, we've been playing around with damaged goods with Trayvon Diggs to a degree, right? So that slows down a lot of things. And I know it's a terrible ouch right there, but we need to replenish that spot there. And the quickest way will be to get somebody healthy in this draft, and as well as you dance around in free agency. But outside of that, we still don't know the identity of what this team will look like under CP because of those pieces. Yeah.
Respect. That's all I got for you now, big dog. Love the show. Love your work, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, fam. Hey.
All right, big dog.
All right. Thank you. Good call from him, man. We have here from the 843, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's going on, Walt?
Not much, man. What you got for me?
I feel like the frequency that we're running on the offensive side of the ball with 488.3, we good on that side. But now I got a question. What side of the ball should we pick first? We go BPA, or we go DN, or do we go linebacker?
Okay. Some of those complexions would change, especially after the free agency. If it's me, as far as free agency, I would like to find a guy, or trade acquisitions. I like to find the guy that can get pressure to the quarterback, knock the quarterback off his marker, right? To know that we are in a system now that's going to give you multiple looks, multiple fronts, not giving you the same visionary test twice. I think it'll be easier or quicker if we, as far as this secondary, if we can find pressure up front first. You control the front, the backside will be okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm looking at from my mindset. Hell, if I'm playing DB and if I know that ball got to be out within 2 seconds, 3 seconds, I can sit on routes. I can try to redirect. I can keep my defender inside the cylinder from a defensive back. And I hope that that's what CP is looking at for this team. Give me that pressure all day. It make an average DB look elite and make an elite DB look godlike. If you had that type of stuff.
That's what I was thinking about. We need DNs on that particular side of the ball, because we had no pressure last year at all.
No pressure.
We didn't have number from the middle. from the middle, but it wasn't enough. You know, it wasn't getting there quick enough. I mean, it was pressure, but it just wasn't getting there quick enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To me,
yeah.
you know, that, from what I was seeing.
Hell
All right, man. That's all I had today. Law, that's about all I had, man.
Appreciate you,
How
man.
about them Cowboys? And keep it pushing, man.
Thank you, man. That's Rush, man, from the 843. I look at it like defense, you want a deterrent. You want someone, you know, the creator create these things for real. You ever seen a bear? Bear going to have fangs and claws and stuff. You know, it don't look cute and cuddly like what you see on cartoons and stuff, right? Oh, look at the cute and cuddly bear. No, that thing got fangs. It got a growl. Yeah, it knows don't F with him. Don't F with that bear, right? You see a lion with fangs and stuff, and he start yawning. A lion yawn will let you say, you know what, I'm getting on up out of here, man. You know, yeah. We see that damn dog, that growling and stuff. That growl ain't meaning for you to go over there and go pet it. Oh, let's go pet the cute and cuddly dog. You hear that growl? Down, boy. Oh, crap. Oh, snap. Down, boy. Last year, boy, we had the cute and cuddly defensive team. No pressure. Oh, look at the cute and cuddly. Is that a Shih Tzu? Is that a Yorkie? Oh, I want some. I want one of them. They do all that barking. You see them all day. Then you step at them, it'd be a trail of urine, right? All down their legs, tail up under the tail all in between their legs and everything. Playing victim. Now you gotta have questions with Peter. You know. So I just look at it like this. I like ferocious defense. I like to know that when you see that damn spider, you know not to pick him up with your hands. That spider might bite your whole hand off. Go look at a brown recluse spider, you know. I want us to have fangs. I want to have furry things and eyes everywhere. You know, I want us to say, hey, man, that's a nasty defense right there. You know, I don't want to, if you shake their hand, you're going to still smell the stench from their hand to your hand, right? I want us to be ferocious, you know, fierce with fangs and stuff, man. One eye. Even that one eye got red in it, you know. Pissed off at the world. Don't floss his teeth. Yeah, even though we were talking about teeth earlier. But I wanted to be like that, you know. Funky breath and all, you know. Smell everywhere. So when I was watching and listening to, like, the Seattle Seahawks, man, that defensive nickname came. I said, how they get two damn defensive nicknames before we can get one up out the road for us, you know? Legion of Boom, now they the dark side. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there like, dog, well, we was the hot boys and that's about it. So I want us to be that, you know? And how we do that is this offseason, instilling and getting the right people in there, right? The centerpiece is Quinnen Williams, right? And we need more and more dogs after Quinnen. I got from the 318 Shreveport, Louisiana. Man, you in the building, man. What's up, Shreveport? What's good with you, man?
What's good, Law? How you doing, bro?
Man, all is well. I can't complain, bro. Can't complain.
Hey, first I want to start off by saying your sound, the sound button you be pushing with the dog, that be having me dead every time. You calm down, boy. Calm down. That be having me rolling, Law. I swear. I swear.
That doggone dog, boy. Yeah.
Man, two things I wanted to go and just get your opinion about. So, say if we sign Clowney back, and I'm really cool with it. Do you think that would take away for the Cowboys trying to pursue like Trey Hendricks or even Chubb? Because the one thing I see about Jerry just over the years, Jerry loves, if he get a young player with potential, he's going to always pick that young player with potential over a veteran that already solidified themselves. So when I'm saying by that, with our DN, Easy showed us he has potential. So I feel like no matter what he's going to be, Jerry going to have him as that starting other end of there. So if we sign Clowney, do you think that'll take away from us trying to get Hendricks or Chubb?
Say that again. Like, do you think we can do Chubb or who?
Chubbs or the Bengals DN. Trey Hendricks.
Trey Hendricks. Okay. Of course, Jerry's going to speak glowingly of his product, right? That's the salesman breath in Jerry. He's going to speak, okay, we have our Trey Hendricks at the house. His name is Donovan Ezeraku, right? But CP got to – what this coaching staff got to do with Jerry is be real with him. They don't need to be lying to Luke Kane. They don't need to be trying to sit there to appease them. Somebody need to tell the truth. I said this last year. If this Matt Eberflus defense, if it's going to be anything, they're going to have to tell the truth to the front office and say, hey, this kid that we drafted, he ain't good. They're going to have to let Mozzie ain't good. They're going to have to let people know on the front end. Don't try to make this work. Don't try to make it work when you know for sure you're wasting your time. And if this coaching staff, when we get out there and they go through the training camp and everything, and they realize that if Osa can't fit in with what they're trying to do, somebody need to tell the damn front office the truth and say, hey, it's not working. We got Quentin Williams already. What can we do to get somebody in that can move the needle to help us? I'm just only using that as an example. Somebody got to eventually tell the Joneses the truth. Just like I think we were using the Eagles for an example on the last show. And it could have been Cowboys Collective. Well, I've been on so many shows now, DLLS. But it was one of the things whereas we was having this conversation apiece about a player that's on this team, and at some point, somebody got to tell the truth, and that's what happened with the Eagles. When they realized Bryce Huff, whatever his name, he couldn't move the needle for them, guess what they did? Even though they signed him to a real good contract, they moved on. And that's okay. But make sure that you replenish and replace for what the hell you moved on from. Just because you paid a player doesn't mean that you have to hold on to that player. And if Bland or anybody that they just recently paid on defense, and if they can't move the damn needle, then move on from them. Don't hold on to them for feeling sakes. And that's been the Achilles heel of the Cowboys for a long time too, by the way.
Exactly. Okay, and just one more that I had. So say when free agency hit, say if CP do bring Dean over, do you think by bringing Dean over that would lower our chance on either the 12th or 20th pick on us if he's available, us trying to get Sonny Styles because we signed Dean in the free agency, or you could see it as in we can possibly get Dean and then they still get Sonny Styles for that linebacker if he's available?
I love when you re-up and you re-up with the intentions of saying, hey, this is my placeholder for you. This young bull, he going to get in here, he going to extract all what he can and learn from you. But this is the person that we drafted. I think that we shouldn't be going out after one spot specifically. But if you fool around, let's say if the best DB falls to you in the draft, right? And in the free agency, you went out there and made free agent moves to get a damn DB, right? But you got the best DB on your board. And shout out to Brian Broaders. He coined this phrase many a moons ago. I love his work. He said, don't window dress your board, right? So if that's your best guy on your board, don't window dress it. Don't try to make an excuse to move on from it. you go get that guy because he's the best guy that's on your board. And you just never know. The football gods may reward you for that. But what the Cowboys tend to do, they try to get too cute. They would draft they would draft a guy in one position and move him to another. You get what I'm saying? Or they'll make excuses on why they didn't move to get this guy. You get what I'm saying with an unproven commodity. No, you go out there and you better your best.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If somebody's going to tell me that, Law, I gave you a $100 bill yesterday. I got another one for you today, but since I gave it to you yesterday, you don't need it today. No, give me the other $100, man. She give it to me.
That other 100 too.
Yeah, keep giving me hundreds, you know. Hey, I don't think you spend it all. That's okay. I may have to spend it down the stretch. Give it to me. Take the money out, you know. So, yeah, better your best. Don't say, well, since you gave me the $100 yesterday, just give me $5 now. No, you want to give me $100, keep giving me the $100. Appreciate you calling in.
Already.
Yes, indeed, bro. That's from Shreveport, 318. Y'all give it what I'm saying. Better your best. And somebody said, what if Mozzie become great? I missed your name on here. He may become great. We only use a Mozzie for an example. But I don't have time to wait for that, you know?
At Cerebral Assassin $9.05. Law, why no one speak on the behalf of Josh Butler? Is it because like Boss Man Fat, he doing music or what? I thought the man was a dog.
Wow. Butler scenario is a whole lot different from Kevin Joseph, Boss Man Fat, right? Even the problems that they occurred while Kevin Joseph was here. Two different situations. Even though Josh Butler is a real good friend of mine, right? And he does music. He's a content creator himself. He's a family first guy. He lost all of his families, you know, as far as his mom, dad, and all that. I know you guys heard of the story. I think that Josh Butler, you got to know him to understand him. You got to meet with him to understand him. Like, he's literally a comedian, a singer, a poet. You know, he does all of those things. And he's a hard worker guy. Never get into trouble in certain things. So I would say with Butler, if you've been to training camp and you've seen him one-on-one versus those receivers, he literally wreaked havoc on a CD Lamb, on at the time the wide receivers that was adjacent to him. So I just look at it with Josh Butler. I wouldn't look into too much of it because he was going through that recovery last year, and they really love his energy. And like one caller said, we are the frequency, you know. The problem is with Butler now, it's just going to be straight with you guys. There's no damn sponsors in this building for him, right? So just like I said to Marquise Bell and Big Nate, who agree, is that the football for the Cowboys is just like Gladiator. You got to earn your freedom papers, man. You got to earn the crowd. You win the crowd, you win your playing time out there on the field. So this is for what it is. So if Josh Butler, he got to start all the way over with a clean sheet of paper. And right now, the saving grace for him, believe it or not, is the money on his contract. It's not a lot of gaudy money. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of potential upside. So, Law, do you have any truth to that? Yeah, I got truth to that. Who's old enough to remember Kyer Elam? I think that's how you say the name. Last year. Dog water terrible in the regular season. But don't y'all know how he earned his starting position? Training camp. Yeah. I mean, he was mirror matching He even did some kickoff returns, showing some of that 4.3 speed. Kaiir Elam could do no wrong. Picking off Dak Prescott, holding up the baby. Oh, yeah. He was free. Boy, he had everybody fooled.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Yeah, it wasn't a single soul out there saying, hey, man, that Elam, man, he trashed. Now, Elam was doing his thing. He earned his starting role. But when them lights came on and when everything mattered the most, right, and all of that, hey, you may have learned to play with those guys as far as their leverage and their releases and understanding because you faced off versus those boys every day. But when it was time to see another team in another uniform, boy, they burnt that damn Elam up like a Roman candle. Man, they was getting there and saying, oh, my goodness, free food. That's what they saw out of Elam. Yeah, they said, man, free food. So, yes, you can earn your stripes with this team during the offseason and earn the fan favorites. But you got to hold on to it. And what put Butler in a good situation is his money on his contract. And this team is going to look at him as inventory right now. And if he can make a few plays, CP will put a little check mark. And if Butler is smart right now, I know he is, he'll reach out to Ryan Smith. Hey, send me that package information. When the next time y'all rolling out a little miniature class, I want to be there. This is where you win, and this is where you earn your ground during the offseason. It's no, hey, man, I'm finna take 2 or 3 weeks on vacation time. No, this is when you play that political game. Coaches are watching during the offseason. Schottenheimer even said in the presser, there was a few guys that came by and visit CP. Naysayer, y'all better be in there saying, CP, what's up, man? What church you want to go to, man? Let me tell you, man, I got Concord down this way. Hey, man, you want to go to Concord, CP? Hey, let me tell you about this side of Frisco, too, by the way. This is the shortcut to get to the. You better be. I'm not saying you do it to a degree where you brown nose someone. You ain't got to do all that brown nosing, right? But you better politically be in the wheelhouse of trying to get your sponsorships up, being there on time for your meetings, and be the last one to leave. And all it takes is 1 or 2 plays. But you got to earn your freedom. You got to do it, unfortunately. Butler's now on that side of the field again, right? He got to start all the way over. Unfortunately, that's how good. Yeah. All right, so the next caller on from the 901. Let me hear you say it, dog. What's good? You live.
Shout out Long Nation. Shout out Memphis. Shout out Cowboy Nation. Shout out Dak, CD, GP, CP, the O-line, the D-line, the special teams. Shout out TSU, JSU, FAMU, Southern, Florida Atlantic, Morehouse, Spelman, Morgan State, Delta State, Lamar North, M-Town in the house. Let's go. Let's get it. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
Yeah.
M-Town in the house. Let's go. I just got a couple things to say. I had set the phone down, so I don't know what your recent take has been about, but I was listening when you were talking about George Pickens.
Right.
George Pickens. I want you, like I said the last time I called, was a few weeks ago, I want you to try something different. Usually during contract and you've been franchised, you don't show up, you don't hang out. But I got this thing in my mind. I see Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison before the game run the route tree, practice, rhythm, continuity. I need that, GP. I want you to try something different. This year is going to be special, man. We all listen to our defensive coordinator talk. This year is going to be special. And I want George Pickens to take the lead. And I want CD, just to help him out. I think this is going to be a big year for us, big year for the Cowboys.
I want George Pickens to try something different if they try and drag it out, because you can't disrespect the game. You got to put the work in. You got to get the rhythm. You got to see what Dak sees. You got to feel what Dak feels.
Yeah.
And I've been watching a lot of games, NFL Classic games, throwback games.
Right.
And I keep watching these old Cowboy games, and I'm seeing T.O. on one side of the field in one spot. No, I want to see George Pickens in the slot. I want to see CD in the slot. I want to see George Pickens in the backfield. I want to go crazy this year. There's no reason. I mean, are we talking about Seattle with Sam Darnold? They don't let the lead in turnovers. There's no reason why we can't be at the top. That's all I got. Inside the house. Let's go. Let's get it. Tell the club up. Tell the club up.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yes, indeed, man. It's 901, boy, man. Oh, my gosh, man. For the other people that were waiting, man, I had to get you guys tomorrow. It was great, man. I don't think you guys would have been able to bring that kind of caliber of energy. I like what my guy brings to the table for the 901, man. It's always love, man. Yeah. Love's a sin, love's a crime. Love is when you have grief, you ask God for a sign. Baby, my love run deeper than the sea. Keep the picture. My love gonna get you. Write that one down. Cowboys, as we depart from my studio to yours, I love y'all for being able to be with me patiently, to watch me move in certain factors. Now, with that being said, during the offseason, I always like to tinker around with different ideas, different belief systems, but then I get back to the schedules at hand. As an independent guy, it's always about never allowing someone to purchase out Law Nation, right? But it's all about partnership with Law Nation, right? Because we bring a lot to the table. Not a little bit, but a lot to the table. But we also need your help. Participation is necessary. Hitting that like button, sharing this content, being the foot soldiers for the nation, so that without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, when it's time for us to go out there to Oxnard, I don't have to pay it out of pocket, right? Or when it's time for us to go to the NFL Combine, that I don't have to pay out of pocket. But that's what the bridging of the community is all about, is helping each other out, even though there may be some strong opinions that you guys may not believe with. And there may be a different flow structure to it, but everything will work its way out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm always here for you all. Shout out to everyone who asks about me, but I need more support from you all. I need more help from you all. It don't have to always be with the money, but it can just be with the shout outs and the love, just like what 901 just did. That does something to the soul, right? Because I live to do this, and it's hard to go through all of this without my mom sharing the growth aspect of what I'm able to do. Not to get teary-eyed, but I just want to let y'all know that I'm always going to be authentic, never going to change. I know we may not agree with a lot of things, but damn it, y'all all can agree with me on this. We love this team. Sometimes we wish we didn't, but we fell in love with a team that's going to get our time from us. That we're going to want to work better with this team, because at the end of the day, we want what's best for this team. Time out for looking like we look like in the last 700 days. I think that's how many days it's been since we were able to lift up that mindset that we go into the postseason, right? It's time out for us to be on the bottom of the things. But now what we can do, ladies and gentlemen, is mix in our philosophies and our principles together, smash them things, and then it will bring in a better situation for the 2026 season. But how it works is through this particular offseason. restructure some contracts, roll your sleeves up, and do actual work for the free agency. Get into this draft. Don't get too cute. Make sure you make the proper moves in the draft and get some impactful players. Shout out to the individual that gifted 10 memberships. Level gold, level 2. Appreciate you, T-Jack. Thank you so much for your reverence, your love, and your adulations. But let me say this. How bad do you want it, CP? That's Christian Parker. How bad do you want it, GP? That's George Pickens. Because it's easier to say, I'm here for the long haul. I want to win. But what are your actions? Mama said that there will be days just like this. I had someone to send me a long page of information about how they're struggling on Instagram and how they miss me going live because I was able to get them out of that funk and that fog. And I said, you know what? Let me go live today. Let me give this message. Because he said that he's going through some trials and tribulations. You know who you are. I don't have to say your name. He says, but Law, it's something about when you say, Mama said that there will be days just like this. It makes me continue to move forward. It makes me continue to see things from a different point of view. And then he asked me a football question. He said, how do you think about the youth of this team? Do you have any worries and doubts about the youth of this team? And I said, some of the greatest minds that we still talk about to this day come from the youth. Medgar Evers never seen the light of day of 40. Dr. Martin Luther King never saw the light of day of 40. These are all young men. Yes. Malcolm X never got a chance to see into the light of day of 40. Most of those guys that I just mentioned, are still younger and making impact to this world than the CP. And don't have me to start talking about JC. He definitely didn't reach the age of 34, 35. They called him the Messiah, you know. Shoot, JC was over there doing a lot of things in his early of the youth. People still rap about what Tupac did too, by the way. He didn't see the light of day of 26 or 27. I think he was gone from this realm at the age of 25. So let's not put these ages of what people can and can't do because of the time that they had here on this planet. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, and if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat forward, fret forward, or plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famine shall fade, or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of almighty Cowboy Nation boys and girls around this beautiful globe, you will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Tell him. Appreciate you, T-Jack. Thank you for your love, your support. David Woods. Appreciate you.
I wake up,
come on.
Some down now.
Awake. He is. I see you.
No sleep, no rest.
Shout out to all of the Beak fans, man. We gonna make y'all beakless this year, though. Yeah, we snatching beaks, man. Come on. Yeah, now it's time to roll. Those grades.
I love my fans, don't need no friends. I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Come on.
DC4 Lights $5. You're listening musical notes to nothing but the best. Let's get Cowboys Nation. Thanks, Law.
Come on with it. I need 6 rings.
6 rings like MJ.
Come on, baby. I don't know if we're going to say MJ or was it ice in that kid's back. Come on.
Drip this. Tell him run it up. No sleep.
Keeping it real. Who that? Appreciate you.
But first I
stretch.
Tell him run it up. I wake up.
Law Nation, baby. Shout out to you, Joshua. Shout out to you, Joey, Albert, King of Troll. Wins.
Y'all gon' make me take that trip with
to the combine, baby.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry.
Yeah.
Those London boys don't come.
Shout out to all the super chats.
One false move, find yourself they getting buried.
Law Dog.
Dance with the devil, used to love playing those
D'Angelo.
games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Cerebral.
I made a promise to her, swore that I
last
would
but
change.
not least,
I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
He said, stretch or flex. One of them. How I've been listening to this song all year and I forgot those words. I guess that's law. Shout out to you, Sky. Shout out to you, David Woods. And if I left out your name, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Unless you're an Eagle fan. yeah. Let's tune in one more time to the Eagle fans. One more time. Hush your mouth over there.
Take the money out, all of it.
Yeah.
Come on. Wasting my time now. Come on.
All right. Till next time. DC for life. Mama said that there'll be days literally just like this. Peace. I'm Gwitty. Come on, baby. Come on, you're rocking. The sounds of soft souls and Law Nation Sports. One love, one nation, Law Nation. Yeah. Frenkel. Personal injury lawyers, baby. And you.
Don't let the street lights get you all alone.
Don't let them smack you, baby.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
Come on, dance. Sing it awake. Stay paid. Let me hold $100.
Evil world we live in.
If you haven't hit that like button, and if you haven't shared this content, on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, rabbits and squirrels, if you haven't supported me on all of them other platforms, shame. Just go in there and leave a comment at least. Even if you don't even like Law Nation. Even if you don't even like the Cowboys. Just go over there and be like, hey man, I like this man hustle, man. No, I'm not. I follow wherever you go, whatever you do, play your tune. And all of this versus battle. Let's stop all of this fighting amongst ourselves, man. There will not be a dry eye in the building, I promise you, when we lift up that Lombardi trophy. will not be a dry eye in the building, but we got to be on the same page, baby. Agree to disagree.
Oh, look at my African American over
All
here.
I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, do I gave everything I had. I gave everything I had.
Until next time.